guys. Come on, let's go. DK, come on.
Welcome to the Hawk Sports Network. Great to have you with us here. We have some play-in action, a win-or-go-home situation for the home field Humber Hawks taking on the visiting Mountaineers by way of Mohawk College in Hamilton. It's great to have you with us, and we're moments away from getting this game underway. My name is Matt Hamill, alongside my broadcast partner, Fed Leal. Fed, we have again a game here. These two teams have met earlier this season. Interesting to see how things play out here today with the winner-go-home dynamic.
Yeah, big game here. These teams have met before where they did tie 1-1 at Humber's other home field. And definitely got an exciting match here today for Humber and Mohawk. Humber's definitely scarce on some players here due to some injuries and some suspensions. Not sure if you're familiar with what's going on a little bit.
There was the double red card situation for Humber last game. Didn't take long for that first red card to be issued. We'll kind of wrap up that sentiment right after the playing of our national anthem.
Thanks. That should be good.
The last time these two teams met, a tie was the result. That was way back in September on the 16th, so just the third game of the season. That was part of the second and third game of the season for Humber, whereas back-to-back ties. Of course, the Hawks entering this winner-go-home scenario with a 7-1-2 record. The Mohawk Mountaineers 2-6-2. Fed, the most recent game for Humber closing out the regular season was a loss, close contest against the Conestoga Condors, who sit atop the West Division in the OCAA with a 10-0 record. But can you run back for us what exactly went down in that last regular season home game where two Humber players received red cards in Luca Pinto and Matthew Paiva?
Yeah, definitely a big stakes for the game. Although Conestoga had already clinched that first place, it was more of a game for respect and kind of having that upper hand if they were to ever meet up again later down the playoffs.
Yeah.
Although Paiva was sent straight off with a red card in the last game for a last-ditch tackle. At that point, it was already 1-0 for Humber. And later on in the game, Luca Pinto actually picked up a second yellow for a bit of a scuffle between two players as the tensions were already rising at that point. And like any team down 2 goals, they were still able to hold that 1-0 lead until very late into the game, where Conestoga completely flipped the game on its head and were able to score two and finish the season on a high there for them, and being able to clinch that first place spot, which for Conestoga was a great achievement. They haven't been able to win the league in a long time, so congrats to them on that. And now it's playing time. So the boys will definitely be looking to make a big statement here today, make the game as easy as possible, therefore come out strong and hopefully get this one right against Mohawk in a game where they already tied.
Yeah, I mean, tough to see that last match, like we've been talking about here against the Condors, slip away after that 1-0 lead. But I'll tell you what, big chance to get back on the right track, like you said, here against the Mohawk Mountaineers, a Mohawk team that, again, finished the season with just 2 wins in the column and only scoring 11 goals. So for Humber, we know very strong defensively. Hope to keep that pattern here against this Mohawk team. And like you said, Fed, we'll see, can Humber get that quick start, early goal? We know there's a couple of exciting weapons on this Humber team.
And there's actually a new player here, Ryan Lindsay, a player with a nice pedigree who actually played in Dinamo Zagreb. He's actually an Ottawa boy just like me, so when Humber found out he was actually in school, they did everything possible to snap him up. He actually played his first game on the weekend and his first few minutes, and this will be his first start here.
In his rookie season, we'll keep an eye on number 23 for Humber, Ryan Lindsay. And Mohawk right away with a possession into Humber's zone.
Yeah, and with Luca Pinto being away there, we see Noah Leitch sliding in into right back position that he hasn't played yet so far in the season for Humber. Maybe he has at some small moments, but as a midfielder, we've seen him how tenacious he is on both sides of the field, and he'll definitely be able to slide into that position today wearing the armband.
What kind of start do we get for the Hawks? Throw in from Leitch.
Good
Right
opportunity
away,
here.
we have Exhaust Katabui with a nice touch.
Oh, handball.
Hawks are not going to get the call despite the protest here.
Referee was close to that one. Too close to be able to pull that one away. Sometimes they won't call that one.
So just a minute into the game, a little cause for consternation for the Hawks. Like we mentioned, this is the win or go home. This is, of course, the matchup between the 2nd and 7th seed in the West Division.
Good ball there from Leitch, looking for Exhaust.
Mountaineers are coached by 3rd-year head coach Jordan Brown. And for Humber, it's the very successful Michael Aquino, who has racked up the national championship wins in recent years. This, of course, after back-to-back seasons, the Hawks' three-peat campaign to hopefully capture yet another national gold. Hawks with Jameda in net for today. On the other side, it's Oliver Steinke working between the pipes for the Mountaineers. Touch there, a bit of space to work with. The offside call is whistled in.
We also see Damien Kay and Exhaust partnering back up today up top, which seems to be a nice formula for success for the Hawks so far.
Well, the Hawks' leading goal scorer is number 18, Exhaust Katabui. 10 goals in the regular season.
Exhaust finding his way into the box, trying to cut that one back. Mohawk doing a good job there to close that one out.
That's cleared up towards midfield. Good play by Humber, trying to wrangle back possession. Exhaust not able to wheel that ball in. Out of play. Let's take another look, Fed, at this handball. Tell me what you see here on this HSN replay.
Exhaust trying to swing that one back, and that looks like a handball to me. Although his hand was close to his body, it definitely interfered with the path of the play, and If a referee was able to look at that one on VAR, I'm sure he would have to call that one back. And
We'll wave him over. No.
yeah, let's call him. But
Doesn't seem too busy right now.
definitely a bit of a, would be a harsh call or early right into the game. But handball's handball.
So as it stands, still
Another
0-0.
good chance.
Yeah, and that's Exhaust Katabui, the keeper, doing a great job there to cut off the angle.
Danny juggling the ball in midfield there, finding some good space with a good flick on pass. And again, Exhaust has been through almost 3 times already in this game. Almost just as many minutes. And here's a good chance for Christian to swing one in for Humber.
Exhaust.
Great ball.
How about this? Going to be sending that into the parking lot. Hopefully you park nice and far away, Fed, as that one clears out of play.
Yeah, only 2 yards out there for Damien K. No man on him. Wide open, and he's just got to bring that one back across the face of the net, and keeper would stand no chance from that close. Good chance for Humber again.
Yeah, I mean, you got to like the early offensive pressure for the Hawks, hoping to get that hot start. But again, it was a low-scoring affair the last time these teams squared off, Fed, ending in that 1-1 tie.
Yeah, in that game, Humber actually found the lead in the second half, going up 1-0, and a mistake from Exhaust, trying to play it back across in his own half. Released the Mohawk striker on a good chance, who dribbled up and found the back of the net late in the game, and they were able to hold on for the rest of it to secure that point against the mighty Hawks.
And Leitch will head that out of play. Mohawk throwing in right at that midfield mark. Officials saying slow your roll a bit as that ball's put into play. Jalen St. Clair's throw in. And Jameda will boot that in towards the middle. Pass a little bit out of reach. Hawks look like they're still going to be able to break out here. DK drops it back. Good look off there by Medeiros.
Medeiros in the mood today. Christian with a nice shot outside the box. And a play built by Danny Medeiros ends in a beautiful link up there. Finding Christian Kashishian with a beautiful finish outside the box there.
Yeah, you said it. It was Medeiros with that beautiful move to open up a bit of room. And how about that for the opening goal of our game? We'll get our replay queued up for you in just a moment. Here it is, Fed. Walk us through it.
Here we see Danny in the mood, trying to find Damien, combining, getting it back, finding Christian, and Christian knows what to do just in those spaces. And he say turn and finish bottom left, tucked far away from the goalkeeper's reach. 1-0 Humber.
So good start for Humber. Now obviously going to want to keep pouring it on. So we've seen some good offensive pressure. And we've seen Exhaust Katabui, Humber's most lethal goal scorer this season. He's already looked like he's in that mood, as you said.
Great ball by Leitch again to Exhaust. And it gets just a little in behind Exhaust, and he's able to get under the ball there. And another good ball.
Threatening looking strike from Leitch is glove down. So all of a sudden, Oliver Steinke in net for the Mountaineers is seeing a lot of action early in this game.
Yeah, Noah Leitch here thriving on this right back position where he's got a lot more room to operate in than he usually does in midfield, and he's showing that he can really put a ball into dangerous areas. Kind of David Beckham-esque here. And again, Exhaust with a good chance in the box for a header. Mohawk on the free kick now. He will be looking to put this one in the danger zone.
So a little bit of a defensive test for the Hawks coming up here.
We saw Humber struggle a little bit at the beginning of the season with some set pieces, conceding a couple goals, and it seems like they've cleaned it up so far.
It's a good kick to give the Mohawk team a chance there, but that will trickle wide. Zameda doesn't even have to lay a finger on it. Goal kick on the way.
I was just going off what we did earlier, but the double
Humber this season have potted 33 goals in the back of the net. They've allowed 7 into theirs. For Mohawk, by contrast, they've scored 11 goals so far this season, so we kind of highlighted some of the offensive struggles over the course of the 10-game season. 1.1 goal scoring average, and they've allowed 23. Now 24 here in this first game of the postseason. Move there from Ryan Lindsay.
Yeah, getting comfortable on the ball again. Looking to get his touches as he's a player who can, again, perform on both sides of the field.
Miscommunication there between Leitch and DK.
Leitch was looking for DK to make that run in behind to slip him in on goal and hopefully have a shot there, but they may want it to combine. And, it's important that players get on the same page here.
Kick sent away. Hawks fighting to come away with it. Might have an offensive opportunity bubbling up here. It's Damien. Over to McIntyre, who sends it in towards the middle. Hawks aren't able to corral it. Right back on the foot of Damien Kay.
Seems to have gone fouled from behind there, but it looks like he also got a touch on the ball just before he swung it.
Jalen Sinclair tries to boot it up for Mohawk, but Leitch is all over it, and Damien Kay is wide open in the middle, but yeah, offside is the call.
Dozing off for just a second there, didn't expect the ball to be recuperated, and Noah looking up right away as any good wingback does, looking to split the lines and get the offensive going as soon as possible.
Played back here to Keegan Wilson. Over to Leitch. Hawks looking to attack the inside. Exhaust Katabui with the impromptu strike. Handled by Steinke.
Good strike there from distance.
And that really highlights, I think, that offensive power of Exhaust Katabui, which is just explosive offense. Can sometimes catch you off guard. That time, the Mountaineers keeper all over that strike. Definitely a player that opposing teams key in on, number 18 for Humber. Also just a nightmare to have to cover. Such a physical player, uses the body positioning so well. Does exhaust Katabui. Damien Kay will bust this to the outside. Leitch tries to send it in the middle, that's denied, but Hawks work it right back inside. But so far, Fed, it's been the Humber Hawks applying the pressure. Haven't seen too much in the face of Holger Zameda at the other end. It's a lot of possession for Humber so far.
And here on the field, the Humber intensity is just a little bit higher than the Mohawk one. They've just come out here to prove a point, especially after that feisty last game against Conestoga. They've definitely got a fire beneath them now.
Yeah, sort of a heartbreaker for the Hawks to drop that game against Conestoga as the Condors end their season with the perfect record.
Great run here from Ryan Lindsay.
Nice move there, exhaust.
Split the entire field there, picking the ball up in his own half, and if Mohawk wasn't going to bite, he was going to take his space and Slipping exhaust again on another good chance.
Yeah, he's kind of grabbing his head, hands in the air. He's not happy with himself. He let that one slip away.
But a beautiful run there from Lindsay.
Great to have you with us here on the Hawks Sports Network. We have a women's game coming up right after this here with a 7:30 start time. Or 7 o'clock start time, sorry. Humber taking on the Sheridan team. Humber applying more pressure here as Exhaust elects not to hunt that one down.
Yeah, it looked like McIntyre was able to fool not just the defense, but also Exhaust, trying to slip him in as he was looking to shoot from 20, 25 yards.
Humber defense converging there to shut down what looked like it could have been a bit of a dangerous pass there from Nicholas Bochan. Mohawk looking to regroup here, maybe apply a bit of pressure of their own. But we know just how strong the Hawks are defensively. Not an easy assignment to try to break through that line. Here come Mountaineers trying to work their way over half. Hilton's pass will be handled offside. Ball right back to the Hawks. One 0 lead for Humber, courtesy of an early strike from Christian Kashishian.
Exhaust is in and not just quite.
But certainly it appears the offensive pressure for Humber has been disrupted a little bit, but here come the Hawks right back on the attack. Started off the game guns blazing and now threatening again with some nifty passing. That opportunity is shut down and Mohawk in transition. Mohawk with the throw in here. Mountaineers drum something up here. Hawks defense will clear it deep. Damian Kay's running it down. He's got Exhaust right beside him. Dangerous offensive weapons. Katabui looking for a bit of room and sends that into the parking lot.
Another good chance, and Exhaust just needs to find his composure there in the final third. After getting so many chances, he's probably thinking, I should have maybe 1, 2, 3 now, but the chances will keep coming, and if he keeps his composure, he'll be able to put a Humber up by another.
Noah McIntyre with the challenge there. Mohawk will hang on to possession. Jalen Sinclair plays it in at Tavares. Tavares being guarded by Kashishian, the Humber goal scorer. Damian Kay. Throwing for Mohawk. But Fed, it just has not been easy for the Mountaineers to really advance the ball into Humber's zone and have any kind of possession. Good start for the Hawks so far on that end.
Yeah, it seems like Humber's pressing plan is working so far very well. But like the last game, a 1-goal lead was not enough. All it took was one mistake, and Mohawk was right back into the game.
You got to sort of strike while the iron's hot, right? I mean, Humber had opened up the game with that goal. You kind of feel like, all right, here comes the offense. But yeah, thus far, still a 1-0 game. Handled on that near sideline by Wilson. Keegan Wilson, the much taller player, using the body here. How about this defensive rush?
And a great run there again from Keegan, taking his space and showing his confidence on that line, showing that he can take players on from center back. And just like that, he just, a little offensive throw in here for Humber. And it'll be Matthew Leitch, not Noah Leitch here, who will probably look to put a long throw into the box here.
That's one of the abilities that you've highlighted is Leitch's arcing throw-ins. Up high right now, handled by Steinke. Keeping this a 1-0 game. Good ball control here for Humber right by the broadcast booth. Here's Isaiah on that far side. Humber pushing it in. The throw in. Quick play, trying to feed it in. Off to Leitch. Humber looking to spark a bit more offense here. But Fed, I think it's safe to say that Mohawk certainly started out the game allowing a few too many chances. They have certainly looked like they tightened up a bit defensively here.
Surely. Mohawks definitely kind of composed themselves back into this game, maybe a little frantic at the beginning, trying to press the high steam engine of Humber, but so far Humber's still finding freedom going forward, and they got to bury a second one here with the momentum in their favor.
Yeah, in this season on the line type of situation, you just could not fancy yourself coasting on a 1-0 lead like this. Never know what could happen.
Yeah, and the last thing you want to do in some of these games is make it a full 90th or 90. I don't know if these games go to extra time, right? I believe they don't.
We got to find a.
I believe they go straight into a penalty shootout. But the last thing you want to do in some of these games is keep your starters on for the entirety of the game and exhaust them, as they've got a few more big games coming up in a short span of time, if they do happen to proceed here.
How about that? Good fighting from exhaust, but the Mountaineers are able to come away with the ball. And here comes Mohawk breaking out in transition. Not quite able to get it past midfield. Give Humber credit. That Humber side of this pitch has been very tightly held. Just have not seen the Mountaineers been allowed to establish much possession and control on that Humber side. A lot of neutral zone play. Hard challenge there. Sinclair passes it off to Tavares, who's looking for a bit of room on the inside. Gets away from him. Humber hands it right back. Just past the 23-minute mark in this first half. 1-0 lead for the Humber Hawks, thanks to Christian Kashishian. But a big thank you also goes out to Danny Medeiros, who really helped set up Kashishian. And Mohawk is called for the aggressive challenge there. See what Leitch can cook up. Quickly plays it in there to McIntyre. Crosses it.
To Kashishin. He's looking to get the deflection there, but it was headed straight out.
Yeah, for Kashishian, getting another touch deep in that Mohawk zone. Run it back one more time here.
Yeah, quick play there from Leitch, finding McIntyre, and McIntyre swings a beautiful ball into the box, finding the head of Kashishian.
Hawks looking to put some pressure on. Damian K trying to wrangle it right now.
Bring this one down.
McIntyre's strike. That thing had a lot of action on it, but sails high.
Yeah, he's looking to sneak that one into the roof of that near post there. And maybe just a little too much power, but nevertheless a great shot. And that's what Humber's got to do here, is get their shots off.
Yeah, we've seen that offensive pressure for Humber, a little up and down so far. Started very strong and even had a couple plays like earlier from Exhaust Katabui, just a quick load up and shoot. Here comes Mohawk with a little offense of their own right now. And that challenge will be too aggressive in the eyes of the official.
And that's Lima there committing the foul deep down the right-hand side for Mohawk.
So this free kick is deep in Humber's zone. Let's see what the Mountaineers can cook up on this crossing opportunity. Midway through this first half, can we get an equalizer perhaps from the visiting team? Well defended by Humber. Again, body positioning, helping that ball just sail wide. And look at the transition now here, Fed, with Leitch leading the charge.
Mohawk getting their numbers back, but good chance here for Exhaust as he skips past the goalie.
Keeper way out of the net.
And not able to beat his man there. Great recovery there from Mohawk on the counterattack. But it looked like Exhaust was able to beat the goalie and get around him, but not able to find that ball into the box. I believe Danny was calling for it.
That was a missed opportunity for Humber, but give credit to defensive play for Mohawk, and in particular, Reed Vanderwood was right in the mix to shut Exhaust down, keep this a 1-0 game. Of course, Vanderwood was also in the mix there on that potential handball early in the game. Lindsay plays that back. And Hawks will really regroup here. So Maida plays it up on that far side. Nice ball in there from Lindsay to Leitch. And Matthew Leitch looking to maybe cook something up. Hawks still gonna take their time here. Played in now. Damian K to Exhaust. The offside call does come in. So, Fed, how would you diagnose the start in this winner-go-home game thus far for the Humber Hawks? Passing grade?
Passing grade, according to the expected goal ratio here, is that Humber should have scored at least 2 or 3 more with all the chances they've created. So, momentum speaking, in those first 15, 20 minutes, Humber was all over them. But in the last 10 minutes, Mohawk's done a great job to get back into this game. And it being only a 1-0 game, it's really up to anyone here to pick it by the throat and take it home.
Of course, this is a big game here in the season, the first game of the postseason. And for the back-to-back defending national champions, like we said earlier, going to need more than just a 1-goal cushion to feel comfortable here. That's a nice touch to play it in by Kashishian. Ball way high and gloved down by Steinke. The third-year goaltender will bring that down. Keeper plays it out now to Sinclair. Sent back into the middle over to Vanderwood. Mohawk looking to advance now.
Yeah, they're doing a great job here now, building out the back and absorbing some of that pressure that Humber was finding so much success with early in the half.
Got an untied shoelace there, but not going to bother Jaden Sinclair. But it's sent a little long, and you know, Fed, that was a pretty good-looking possession there from Mohawk. And good ball movement, but that'll be the end of that particular drive as the Hawks now transition. Lindsay plays it back, and here's Matthew Leitch on that near side. Clears it in to Damian Kay. Damian breaks it to the inside. Maybe kind of hit that one. Hawks will hang on to the ball here. Back into the middle, well defended. Blake Ellis will break that out of the zone. Zameda over to Wilson. Wilson marches and advances the ball onto the Mohawk side of the field. A little back and forth right now between Leitch and Wilson. Great play here. Lots of room to work with. Fancy pass over to Exhaust.
Finding Lima, who flicks him back for Danny, bringing it down. And Kashishian finds it over the fence there. And it looked like Medeiros was about to hit a bicycle kick there for a second, bringing that one down and laid it off on a platter there.
A little bit of frustration there on that missed strike. We'll take a second look here on the Hawks Sports Network.
Medeiros lays that one off, and a beautiful layoff. Kashishian just had to find the back of the net there. We'll see Ryan Lindsay here taking a break early on in this half, allowing for Wais Rahimi to come in, and then as well as Aziz Baba Wale coming in to give Exhaust a break early in this half, and here he is on the ball already.
Fresh legs for Humber already, pressing into the offensive end. Strong strike there off of Danny Medeiros.
Medeiros trying to get that one back across the face, trying to curl it top right maybe, and keeper's able to just pick that one up.
As it stands, still that 1-0 lead for Humber. Played back in as Baba Wally's certainly looks like he's pretty motivated here, stepping into this game. More pressure for Humber.
Oh. Abdul razzle-dazzling in the box there.
How about this? Humber turning up the heat a little bit after the substitution. And that strike will be to the left. But Fed, I mean, you gotta like the juice right now, kind of flowing for Humber later in this first half right now.
Yeah, a great chance there again. Players being unselfish. Damien Kay trying to lay Danny Medeiros there off, and actually ended up at the feet of Lima, who fancied himself a shot, going just wide on the left-hand side.
So a little bit of that offensive intensity we saw very early in this game from Humber. Perhaps that is returning here later in this half. We'll see how the Hawks follow that up. Right now it's Mohawk trying to establish some offense of their own. Leitch will handle that. Baba Wally tripped up.
Turning blind there as Daniel Kovacevic there read that one and was able to intercept it.
Offensive push for Mohawk will be flagged down, but here we go. Turn back over on that far wing now. And good defensive play to push that up. We do have the first corner kick opportunity of the ball game coming up. It's Mohawk with the rock on that far side. Approaching the final 10 minutes of the first half. Can the Mountaineers knot things up here? They had a free kick in a similar position earlier in the game. Couldn't cook much up on that opportunity. Zameda gets tested in net here for the Hawks.
Man left open there, and it was Nicholas Bochan there with a good chance, trying to bring that one down as he could have struck it first time, and it seems like he fanned on it a little bit, and Humber able to clear that one out and get a goal kick out of it.
So well played by the Hawks defensively, who now get right back on the attack. That strike just a little too far out of reach, kind of in no man's land there, as none of the Hawks are able to make a play on that. But give credit to Abdulaziz Babawali stepping into the game just a few minutes ago, and he's been right in the mix, helping give the Hawks a little late half spark, while Exhaust Katabui is taking a well-deserved breather. Header by Hamza Salman. Mohawk right back on that far side.
Lima getting stuck in.
Seen a lot of the Mohawk attack coming from this type of spot on that far side of the field. Trying to work their way inside. Shut down by Damian Kay. Damian on the rush now on Mountaineers' side of the field. Couple of Mohawk defenders swarming. Damian Kay charged with the foul. Getting up to his feet here, he can't believe the call. As a stiff wind picks up here at the Ontario Soccer Center.
Good pressure there from Abdul. Falls to the feet of Rahimi, finding Abdul again, laying it off for Christian, and now it's Damian's turn.
Ball well blocked by Steinke. But another good offensive opportunity with Babawali right in the mix, facilitating. Mohawk trying to advance the ball, but the Hawks defense, as we've seen throughout this game, and we've seen so many times this season, so stingy. Not allowing the opponent to really get set up. So far in this first half, it's been Humber who have looked a lot more comfortable with the ball. Certainly seen Mohawk with some flashes of good possession, good control, good movement, but up until now, what we've seen so far, it's been the Hawks in the driver's seat with some flashes of offensive intensity.
And a bit of a giveaway. They hear a number with good numbers going forward. Medeiros
plays it back to McIntyre. Noah McIntyre on that far side. He's going to lay it up.
Lima will swing this one out.
That one off the head of a Mohawk defender. Almost a little bit mishandled there by the keeper.
Yeah, he'll be able to laugh about that one later, but for a second, His heart dropped.
On to the inside.
Kashishian.
Kashishian, the lone goal scorer in this game, cracks another one off. Played out of bounds. OCAA West matchup here. It's a win or go home type of situation. Kashishian plays that back to the defender. As Lima now plays it back. Ball over to Wilson. Keegan Wilson up to Leitch. Feeding Babawali on that outside wing. Babawali strikes it into the middle.
First time.
Ball bouncing around here in the zone. Who's going to come away with it? Looks like Damian Kay will for the Hawks. And we'll have a slide tackle there as Damian Kay hits the turf. Here it is, Humber's first corner kick opportunity. Fed, what would you like to see from the Hawks here late in the first half with this strike in the corner?
Oh, I would love to see a jumping header here from Isaiah. Putting Humber here. A good opportunity to score. Looks like they've got a little bit of a set piece going on here. Interesting setup.
Ball in. And rolls out. Who was the last team to touch it? You're going to say Mohawk. So now a corner kick from the other side. Let's see if the Hawks can fine-tune things here. Last few minutes of this first half. Christian Kashishian, he scored the goal earlier. Now he's going to kick it in. Run that play right back. Kashishian, the line drive inside.
Keegan. Wilson with a good chance there in the box. You'd forget sometimes he's a center back with all his offensive abilities.
Take another look here, Fed.
Close, but far.
That's a good point about Wilson. We saw him lead that charge from his defensive position. He, earlier in this first half, really looked quite comfortable bringing the ball down that near side into the Mohawk zone.
Yeah, we've seen him doing it over the years repetitively. An interesting tactic there from Wade. He's jumping with his back. Haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of headers, but that's the first time I've seen, the back of the spine used to play the ball here today. Played into Leitch. Wilson looking for something inside. Mohawk closing things down, but Humber right back with the ball. One touch by Leitch. Well, he's misplays it right onto the foot of the Mountaineers. Nicholas Beauchamp, quarterback in the play for Mohawk. Beauchamp plays it back.
Good pressure.
Yeah. Tavares, cross-field boot, intercepted by Medeiros.
Finding Abdul with a good chance here. And it's right at the goalie. Humber was getting good numbers in there.
But some very quality minutes for Babawali. Abdulaziz has jumped in the game for Humber and just been the focal point of a lot of offensive opportunities. With Exhaust Katabui still on the bench for Humber, getting a break here in the first half. Damian Kay plays it back inside. Hawks a little flat right now the past minute or two, but
good little flick by Kashishian, and the idea was there. Tried to play down first time with a little bit of spin coming back towards Danny, but not enough height on that one to get that full spin towards him.
Quick spark as we head into now extra time. Keegan brought down, draws the whistle. No time added on years. So the first half will come to a conclusion with a 1-0 score. The winner advances in the OCAA playoffs. The loser goes home and calls it a season. Fed will have that big highlight, the goal from Kashishi, and tell us what you see.
Yeah, just a beautifully sparked play there from Medeiros. Like a little no look, cutting inside with the inside of his foot, combining with Damon, getting it back, giving it to Christian. And Christian, we've seen him do so well in these areas of the field before where he's just able to turn, get it off his feet, and practically shoot from anywhere. He can find the bottom left, the top ends, and just like that, early in the game, Humber 1-0 up through Christian Kashishian.
Now looking ahead to the second half, what do you think the mood is for Humber in this halftime break? Up just by a goal here. Thought maybe the offense would keep pouring on. What do you expect to see in half number 2?
Sometimes in these games where the offense comes so, not effortlessly, but it's through the press and tactics, it's working so well, and they haven't been able to truly translate the effort they've put in onto the scoreboard. So coming into that second half, they got to replicate the exact same energy, stick to the tactics, keep doing everything that they're doing that's working, and hopefully get a little bit more luck on their side to get that second, third, or maybe fourth to really put this one away. As Mohawk, we've seen before, is able to bounce back and hopefully maybe pounce on a mistake, force a mistake, or create a goal of their own here to hopefully, for them, tie the game up and make this one an interesting one.
A tight matchup here with the season on the line. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on the Hawk Sports Network for half number 2 of this playoff matchup.
You tell me what that means. Make a slick comment and see what that brings. I seen it go down, we can bring a neck things. Extreme like DMXing. These boys in their PMSing. People in the city see the movement occurring and say, my God, I wanna be in that scene. Damn right, you wanna be in this scene. She had the video trying to be in this scene. Used to fantasize about being in this scene. Bluegrass girl, but she got big dreams. Can't touch me, I got instincts. Locked in the house, but I'm plotting things. I brought a gang to the party with me. Five white boys, but they not in sync. What y'all think? Everything that you say about me sounds like a play mad in a 2K. The one thing they don't do is play about me. My homeboy Tyler, he playing South Beach. He told me this summer he gon' fix my jumper. I told boy Wonder that we might got a thumper. I've been trying to pop, now I'm on like Shumpert. Now they on my bumper. Green room chock full of all my comforts. Hotel room like heaven on earth. Got angels in my bed with some all white covers. Ace Pro, Nemo, Lucy and Keith. She looks like Tufo. And I got a few more I call my brothers. I got a lot of flows and they all like butter. You know what that means. I came home nice, but I'm going back mean. I'm about to glow trot when they know a vaccine up. Back lost, but they know exactly what's going on. Made a meal and I don't know where to blow it on. I tell a critic shut up like my show is on. Give a t-shirt to her, said throw it on. She want a mini high school classmates I'm growing on. My peers ain't popping, they don't know what's going wrong. Y'all well dressed, but you ain't got soul and you just can't sew it on. I'm trying to tell y'all boys, I got a few songs I can sell y'all boys. I tried it back then, it was hell no, boy. Now I'm in the box, I can tell all these toys. The ones that hate me the most are just like me. You tell me what that means. Make a slick comment and see what that brings. I seen it go down, we could bring a neck.
Welcome back to the Hawks Sports Network. It's great to have you with us for the second half of this win or go home game between the Mohawk Mountaineers and the home field Humber Hawks. We're live from the Ontario Soccer Centre. It's great to have you with us. My name is Matt Hamill, alongside former Humber men's soccer great Fed Leal.
Stop it. Making me blush.
Now, Fed, we saw an early goal for Humber. No shortage of offensive pressure, but what would you like to see here from the Hawks as they enter with a not so comfortable 1-0 lead into this half?
Yeah, Humber didn't struggle in this first half, but they're definitely left that half frustrated.
Yeah.
After missing so many good chances, and just want to see a little bit more composure and decisiveness in that final third. And keeping up that intensity will definitely be key to creating those chances.
The Hawks gave number 18, Exhaust Katabui, quite a bit of rest towards the end of that first half, and he will start this half still on the bench.
Yeah, we see TJ here coming in. Thomas Joseph coming in for Damien Kay, giving him a breather. And everywhere else seems to have stayed the same. And I'm sure Mohawk will come out with a bit of a fire as well in them in the second half, looking as they are only down 1-0 at half, which is typically a great achievement here against Humber at home. So feeling like they definitely still have a chance.
Yeah, I think if you could have told head coach Jordan Brown and his Mohawk team you could enter this second half of this win-or-go-home game and 1-0 down in that hole, I think they would take that. Can the back-to-back defending national champs Humber Hawks get the fire going here? And
TJ, there it is.
Oh, great strike from TJ right away, and that is off the crossbar. We'll have a second look at that coming up, no doubt, but just a gorgeous opportunity from Thomas Joseph.
Yeah, and that's exactly it there. Just a composure in the final third. You got time, you could turn. And if you could turn, finish it, right? And he tried to place that one top right. Just off the top side of the bar. Plenty of time to bury that one.
One more look here as inside. Not able to convert, but that one was close. We've seen a couple of offensive opportunities for Humber just sail high, sail wide. That one was very close to making this a 2-0 game. Humber right back on offense here.
And here's Danny Medeiros finding some space there on his right foot. That one's sailing just high on the right-hand side.
Gotta like this look from Humber. Fed starting off the second half, really looking like that determination is there.
Yeah, and again, it seems like a reflection or deja vu of the first half.
Reminder, these two teams met once earlier this season. It was a home game for, well, was at Centennial Park, but ultimately the conclusion in that game was a 1-1 tie. One of two ties for Humber on the year. The Hawks finishing the regular season with a 7-1-2 record.
Mohawk.
Strike from Mohawk, testing Zameda, who dives. Doesn't have to make a play on it. Goal kick coming up.
Yeah, and a beautiful little chance there for Hamza Salman, finding his way through the middle, getting onto his favorite right foot, and kind of a deja vu of that first game where he was able to score one similarly just from a bit closer. And Mohawk knocking on the door.
Number 9, Hamza Salman, is the leading goal scorer for this Mohawk team. He has 3 goals on the season. Bochan, Rafosco, and Tavares all have 2. Blake Ellis has popped a goal in this season, as has Luke Sabatino. And that is the scoring for this Mountaineers team.
Hamza looking up there. Looking for Bochan. Bochan just not able to wrap his foot fully around that one.
So we've seen a couple of strikes threatening for Humber early in this second half. We also saw a decent opportunity for Mohawk the other way, making Zameda dive to that near post.
I think Mohawk here will have to start applying a little bit more pressure as they seek for that first goal.
You can kind of feel the intensity is picked up. I mean, the gravity of this game not lost on these teams. This is...
And there's the pressure. Bochan getting that one back. A good ball back post. And it's a beautiful chance there for Blake Ellis, who was left wide open back post. All he had to do was head that one down, and there would have been the equalizer. But it's just fanned on and actually gone out for a goal kick, giving Humber a bit of a break there off of their mistake.
By far the best offensive chance of the game for this Mohawk team. Like you said, that close to tying things up. Baba Wally all the way across. Humber right back in the offensive end. That strike in the middle is pushed out by the Mountaineers, and Mohawk will send that out of play. Let's take another look, Fed, at this very juicy chance for the Mountaineers.
Chance, and the ball just slightly mistimed as he headed that one down. And Abdul Babawale burying this one from about the penalty spot, bottom right there. And this one kind of came out of the blue. Not much of a build up there, and quick throw and taken.
How about that? The turning of the tables right back one way for the Mountaineers was a big offensive chance, and as we're unpacking that opportunity, Humber making it a 2-goal game. How about that touch from Baba Wally?
Yeah, Mohawk there just fanning a bit on that cross, and Abdul more than happy for that ball to fall at his left foot, where he's so happy to hit that one first time. And 2-0. Humber in the 52nd minute. Yeah, Humber feeling a bit of that pressure from that Mohawk attack where they just fanned on it. And making sure that, hey, we're not going to let you back in this game so easily.
The leading goal scorer for the Mountaineers will be looking like he's going to take this free kick, number 9, Hamza Salman. And he will. Hamza taking his steps back. Strike there, sent well high. So the opening goal of the game didn't take long in that first half for Christian Kashishian to find the back of the net. And now just moments ago, Abdul Aziz Babawali, the 4th-year player, helping to give that insurance tally. Wouldn't be surprised here, Fed, if the Hawks continue with the offensive pressure, look to maybe add another 1 or 2 for just the even more comfortable cushion here in this playoff game.
Yeah, they say 2 goals the worst lead in football. But mathematically, sometimes I don't agree with that one.
Babawali looking to lead another charge. He's pickpocketed. Good defense there by Daniel Kovacevic. Are Humber going to rest on their laurels or apply more pressure? It looks like Babawali's trying to do his best to give Humber a 3-goal lead, but cleared back into Humber's zone, played back to Zameda. You hear that wind here at the Ontario Soccer Center, a breezy Wednesday night. Not terribly cold, sitting at 13 degrees right now. Fed, how would you be feeling back in your playing days on a breezy 13-degree mid-fall day?
I'd be feeling great because we're in a good chance here for Humber to counter. As I say, beautiful outside of the football. They're finding Babawali, and he's going to get called there for a handball, as he did handball it first.
Looked like a very rare double handball, perhaps, from both the Mountaineers and Humber.
But yeah, it's definitely getting chilly here with the wind picking up, and if you're not moving, you're gonna get cold.
Let's see, the DHB, the double handball.
Yeah, and it strikes his right hand there as he tries to bring that one down with his thigh. Good acting there from Babawali.
Now Mohawk has had their best offensive chance of the game earlier in this second half. Can they tap into that, make the comeback? How about this?
TJ finds Abdul. Abdul dangerous in these areas, beats his man, cuts it back, and gets it back again, and it's Medeiros. The ball had actually gone out just before for the corner there, and a beautiful dribble there from Abdul, putting his man on the ground with the step over, trying to find Medeiros. And
yeah, that was disrespectful to handcuff the defender like that, and not able to convert. But ultimately, before Medeiros sent that high, Hawks will benefit here from this call, which will give them a corner kick.
Kashishian.
Sent in.
Dangerous area for the ball, but no one there.
McIntyre played back out to Kashishian. He scored the first goal of the
Another
game.
Beautiful delivery there as it comes back across and almost falls to Isaiah's feet. Here another third chance for Humber as TJ tries to find some space.
Drop back.
McIntyre, Medeiros. We've seen him in these nice little areas, combining with Kashishian, and he was pulled down. The players pull each other down there, and referee calls a foul on Humber. Interesting little come up there. Not sure what happened.
We'll take a second look at that collision, but it seemed like the Mohawk player is maybe falling down, and officials saying that the Hawks attacker maybe collapsed on top as the wind picks up even more so here. On that far side, here's Baba Wally. Hawks offense looking about as fluid as it's looked all game. We've seen flashes, but right now the sustained pressure in this second half has looked good for Humber, as that ball just out of reach for Medeiros, who was hoping to tack on another goal for Humber.
Good hands there from Stanky as he looks to unleash a quick counterattack, and Holger will pick that one up.
And a reminder, we have another game, the old double feature here on the Hawk Sports Network. The women's Humber team takes the field against the Sheridan Bruins at 7 o'clock. Have that action for you right here on the Hawk Sports Network. That game also a playoff matchup, win or go home. Mohawk hangs on to possession here. Vanderwood plays that back to Steinke. That ball almost coming to the broadcast booth. See my broadcast partner get back in the mix here. Just a year removed from your playing days with the Humber men's team.
Itching. Absolutely itching to get out there. TJ with a nice little turn as he was being held there, but referee says continue.
Clearing kick. Hawks looking to establish possession here. Inside. On that near side of the field, Mohawk in transition. The leading goal scorer for Mohawk sends it in towards the middle. Salmon not able to cook anything up on that offensive drive. Ball at midfield. Here's Lima with the ball for Humber. Play that back to Isaiah. Lima pushing the pace now.
Dual tripped up there. Free kick. Dangerous area.
As Babawali makes his way back to his feet. Babawali scored that only goal of the half to give Humber the 2-0 lead after that first half goal from Kashishian.
We know what the Magic Man can do from here.
Yeah, Danny
Whether
Medeiros.
He'll put it on a platter for someone or absolutely bury this one. I reckon he can sneak this one near post, but I'm sure that there's a good chance here for a good delivery. Back post.
Sent in, the keeper gets a glove on it, so on that far side, the Hawks have earned
no chance.
Yeah, corner kick coming up, but you said it, you mentioned Medeiros looked like he had the eye of the tiger coming into this game, and
yeah, and it looked like it was maybe curving just in and or maybe off the post. Keeper taking no chance down there, slapping that one away for a corner.
So give the ball to Kashishian on that far side. Corner coming up. Inside, blasted out by Mohawk. A little bit of breathing room for the Mountaineers. Humber, though, looking to put that pressure right back on. But for the time being, Mohawk have cleared it out of immediate danger. Medeiros chips it inside. Looks like another corner coming up. Humber taking their time to get this opportunity off.
Floated in for Danny. Cleared out.
McIntyre plays it across. Right back to Noah. Noah McIntyre.
Good little ball back post for Abdul. And Abdul with a beautiful header there. Finds it, hits the gritty. Abdul, 2 on the night there. And a beautiful ball for McIntyre. Give credit where credit's due. He was able to lift that one out of the keeper's zone there as you saw him come out, and Abdul finishes the business and chips him with a nice little header there.
Abdul Aziz Babawali, he started only 1 game for the Hawks this year. He scored 1 goal over the course of the regular season. He's got 2 here today in this playoff game. Look at this.
Yeah, beautiful little chipped header. Abdul putting just the right amount of weight on that one, as Steinke wasn't able to judge that one just right and getting caught off his line. And give credit to the beautiful ball from Noel McIntyre there, dropping it right onto Abdul's head there. 3-0 Humber here in the 64th minute. Being a little more clinical here in the second half.
Well, certainly the incredible impact of Babawali, who stepped into the game kind of late, maybe around the 35th minute of that first half, and he's remained in the game and has had instantly, from the moment he set his foot on the field, an impact. And now here in the second half, translating those into goals, and he's scored both of them. In addition to Kashishian's first half goal, a 3-0 lead for Humber, and certainly in a much more comfortable position here in this playoff game.
And yeah, surely you'll see Abdul kind of pick up the steam here now. Knowing him, he will be wanting to go for that third one. And here we have Thomas Joseph taking his player on.
Well,
Finds Danny.
Yeah, TJ able to chip it off to Medeiros.
McIntyre back post as he swings around the right-hand side here. Looking for a ball, no support, a little bit of skill. Tries to mag his player. And ball falls back to Abdul here as he looks to strike one. He's definitely feeling that one.
Yeah.
Heat check.
Babawali certainly has got the juice right now, but give credit earlier there. Fantastic play by Mohawk's Brandon Bernard to shut down that drive to the net.
And one thing here that Danny Medeiros does so well is he keeps up that pressure throughout the game, especially when they're still in a comfortable lead here. He's always applying pressure, converting that into a little turnover, giving Humber the ball back in the opponent's half. Just gives you that extra time of breather, and just like that, you got a free kick in a dangerous area once again. And I'll tell you something, when you have one free kick and you can take another one quickly, you get a little more comfortable. But him being kind of that engine in all different areas of the field here has served Humber so well throughout this game.
Humber so far have just come out in this second half with the offensive opportunities just really coming in high numbers, converting. That was the concern entering this second half, was just that 1 goal lead, not really enough to feel good about in this game that if you lose, the season's over. Things looking much better with TJ coming up the side wing for the Hawks.
TJ with good feed, finds Medeiros. Medeiros will try to bend this one, and it falls just on top of the goal there. Similar to some of those chances we've seen earlier in the half. Now they've looked to opt for placement over power, and it's been a little bit closer. No more parking lot shots, but Not every shot can go in.
So Mohawk gonna, you'd expect, lay it all out on the line. You know, lose this game, season's over. Right now, I mean, it's just the pace of play for the Hawks is just tough to match.
Yeah, I agree with you. If I'm Mohawk, would definitely like to see them just start pressing, putting in a bit more intensity into this game. They just seem like they haven't been able to match it from the get-go. And Humber just outmatching them, not just in terms of quality here, but in terms of intensity.
Downed Humber Hawk player just to the left of your screen right now. Looks like that might be Damian K.
Yeah, it looks like, no, that's Thomas Joseph. TJ on the ground here. Seems to have gotten a bit of a blow to the head here.
Well, good to see Thomas Joseph able to walk off the field. The rookie has had a great campaign in his first year as a Humber Hawk. He's had a good game here today as well. Looks like TJ is ready to get back out there at the next whistle. And he's all or nothing for Mohawk, looking for an offensive chance, and we certainly saw a threatening opportunity earlier in this second half, but Mohawk have not been able to follow that up. And certainly when it comes to just pure ball control, time of possession, offensive opportunities, Humber has had the advantage in a big way throughout this match. On that far wing, Hawks looking to maybe cook up something else here late in this game.
Lima tries to have one.
Yeah, but for this Mohawk team, there's certainly some time to work with. You got 20 minutes of regulation. That'll be deep in the Humber zone, but the Hawks are awarded possession.
And we'll see the men of the hour here retired, possibly for the night here. No opportunity for the hat trick tonight, but it's a safe decision, and what we expected the coaching staff to do is rest their important players when they can. Abdul Babawale.
Heck of a game.
2 goals on the night.
Number 7 taking care of business, and Fed, I mean, coming off the bench, you couldn't ask for a better performance, not just in terms of offensive production, but instant impact on the game.
That's exactly it. And give credit to Christian there as well, who was able to open up the scoring early in the game, which was probably the first key there for Humber on today's task. And
even as Baba Wally heads to the bench, that ball came right off his way. So just a bit of a ball magnet here tonight. But like we said, still some time to cook with here. Can Mohawk get on the board?
A lot can happen here in 20 minutes.
One of those things I'm hoping happens in the 20 minutes is for the pizza to show up, Fed. Of course, we get a little break here, maybe some time to snack, and then we have the game 2 here, 7 o'clock. The Humber women's team takes on the Sheridan Bruins.
Damian K finds Joseph. Here, Mohawk a little more opened up. Some time as he cuts in, trying to do that one on his own. And the shot is blocked for a corner.
corner kick, and the recently checked back into the game, number 9, Damian Kay, will be the Humber Hawk, who will attempt to get something popping off from the corner. Looks like Kay is ready. Send it in.
Back post there, a little bit heavy. McIntyre gets on the end of it.
That strike, it'll be backpedaled and caught by Steinke. Steinke has certainly been the keeper in this match who has seen a lot of the action. It's been much more quiet on the Zameda side of the field as Humber really only given up 1 or 2 quality chances to this Mohawk team. Humber looking to break out here in the middle area. TJ helps advance the ball. Now it's Lima looking for an angle. That was sent out of play, and Hawks will keep the pressure on here. Starting to feel like a chilly autumn evening here with the winds picking up at the Ontario Soccer Center. If this game was tomorrow night or any time in the next few days, we'd likely be putting up with some showers. So I guess we can count ourselves lucky. We're just putting up with a wind here today.
Little combination there with Medeiros and Maya. Maya tries to slip that one in. It's off the
crossbar.
Beautiful little combo there between Maya and Medeiros as he flicks that one in.
And Thomas Joseph, who had to check out of the game a moment ago, is back down in the crease. So an injured Humber Hawk. But here's that replay. This is just sort of an unusual play as it scoops off the keeper.
Let's see. Number 11 here on your left-hand side. Looks like he just tripped himself up with the Mohawk defender there and maybe rolled his ankle.
Hate to see that. It's a non-contact injury, and the training staff for Humber waving out some assistance. So we have another official or another member of the training staff coming to take a look at number 11, Thomas Joseph. He'll need some support, so hate to see that. Been a tough day at the office for TJ. Played in. So we'll give you any updates we can on Thomas Joseph, but here comes Mountaineers, but just the swarming Hawks defense continues to minimize any opportunities. We're gonna suffocate any chance for a comeback here. Matthew Leitch will be subbing off for the Hawks. He hands off that captain band off to Noah McIntyre. Good outing of soccer from number 21, Matthew Leitch. Physical play both ways, but it's Mohawk who gets the advantage. Free kick will be taken by Jalen Sinclair. Jalen, strong boot towards Zameda, who is nailed by a Mohawk player. Quite a collision. Humber, star goalkeeper, late in this game, barreled over. And you hate to see that, but Zameda's still on the grass. Another also injured Mohawk Mountaineer, the player who dealt out that big collision. So both parties involved are on the turf. Let's take another look here at that big collision. A lot of people on the Humber bench saying, was there a play made at the ball, or was there's that strike.
Just coming in a little too late there to gamble for that one. As you know, goalkeeper's obviously going to get that one with his hands.
Tough to really tell from that angle the nature of that collision, but good to see at least one of the players back on their feet. We still have one injured athlete on the ground here, which is why we have the pause in action. At any rate, it doesn't look like there'll be any cards handed out. For the time being, Holger Zameda back on his feet, and it's the injured Mountaineer gradually making their way up. Members of both the Mohawk and Humber training staff taking a look at number 12, Blake Ellis. And Ellis will be supported, but walk off mostly on his own strength. So good to see that both players appear to be well enough. We'll now have a keeper change for Humber. We'll take one more look here as we wait to get the play going. This collision, that's the reason we're all stopped up. It looked like kind of a almost head-to-head type of situation. Fed, tough to say, even with our HSN slow-mo fully activated. New keeper into the game, though. The official is really getting it right now, but somehow Mohawk is the team who's awarded possession. So Holger Zameda, who went down after that play, was now out of the game, into the game for Humber. Got Ezekiel Carrasco, sorry. So winding down this game here, the Hawks, a confident performance so far. 3-0 lead. Hawks bench still quite wound up by the whole sequence of play and how ultimately it was the ball given back to the Mountaineers after that big collision. Noah McIntyre plays it in deep to DK. A reminder, we have more OCAA soccer playoff action right after the conclusion of this game. A 7 o'clock start time for the Humber Hawks women's team taking on the Sheridan Bruins. Fed, that's a game, a matchup we saw not that long ago right here at the Ontario Soccer Center just 2 weeks ago. Those teams running it back. There's Humber coming away with the W in that recent matchup. What do you expect to see in this women's game coming up, which was a pretty fun matchup? Lots of intensity just 2 weeks ago between those two squads.
Yeah, that's for sure. And when there's more at stake, there's definitely going to be a bit more tension between these two teams who obviously carry a long-standing rivalry here. And although Humber did come out with some favorable results over the course of the season, I expect Sheridan to come out very strong here and hopefully put up a good challenge here in the first round of these playoffs. Although I do expect Humber to take this one confidently tonight.
Yeah, it was a 2-0 win for Humber's women's team last time they played Sheridan, so it was close. And with the season on the line later this evening, we'll see how that one plays out. Hopefully you can join for that one as well. Great to have you with us here on the Hawks Sports Network. Gonna need a big push here from Mohawk, who are facing a fresh keeper, so you'd think perhaps trying to just fire some balls on net. Again, not much time to work with. Played back to Steinke. The keeper from Dundas, Ontario, plays it up. Bringing it to that near side as the Mountaineers advance. Jalen Sinclair will pass it off. Here's Hilton in the middle of the field. Does it back out to that wing. Hawks will shut that opportunity right down, and Damian Kay with the touch there to Mella. Franz very patient here.
Damian Kay with a beautiful ball there for Rahimi.
Pushing it in here.
Beautiful little chop there. Can he lay this one off for Medeiros?
Good possession here, courtesy of the first-year player, Bradley Ogbevuan. Now the Hawks reset back to that neutral zone area. Ryan Lindsay hands it off, gets it right back from Isaiah. And Lindsay, by way of the 6-1-3, will help get this play advanced back into Mohawk zone.
Beautiful back heel from Medeiros. Can Damian get his today?
Oh, that was gorgeous. And just a little bit outside, but just by a couple of hairs.
Beautiful chance there. As Damian Kay and Danny Medeiros combine beautifully, and Damian tries to slip that one on the keeper's near post. And unfortunate there not to get a fourth for Humber.
Stepping into the play to break up that Mohawk drive. And Bradley's been getting some good minutes here late in this game for the Hawks.
Damian Kay with a nice little overlap. Lima combines his meta. Lima. Oh, and it's a beautiful save by Steinke, doing everything he can here to keep his pride here. As Humber walked right into that one.
You know, DK was a little perturbed. He didn't get the ball back there, but he has to like the offensive opportunity that resulted.
And Lima did what's right there, just missing a little bit of power this time, though. Keeping it on the ground and just trying to slip down nice and low. Usually is a recipe for success.
That corner laid up.
Maya cooks something up. Can he curl that one? And it's a beautiful finish. Franz Maya cuts that one off for his second goal in 3 games here for Humber at home. Beautiful finish, curled over the keeper, and that one was beautiful.
Yeah, for Franz, a nice little cherry on top of this game as Franz able to get the finish. Good look for the Hawks, who have poured on 3 goals in the second half.
Sends him for a potato and just buries that one with a nice little bit of dip there. Get the chips with the dip. Yes, sir.
What do you think of that new Drake album?
Quite all right.
Quite all right.
Need that Bad Bunny song on replay. And just a big fan of Adonis, the big dog.
Adonis, the my man freestyle. Here comes the Hawks, and the man of the match for Humber. Boy, you'd have to maybe give the nod to number 7, Baba Wally.
My man's Baba Wally. 2 crucial goals here today to double and then add the third just before this game got out of hand.
As we are just a few seconds away.
Naya over here having fun on the playground.
Almost at the end of regulation right now. Let's see if maybe the Hawks can chip in one more. Kept in play. Lima will make a push here.
Lima's been thriving down this line all half here. Cuts that one across for Rahimi. And good save by Steinke again. Rahimi chips this one for Medeiros. Medeiros lays it off for Maya. Tries to cook something again. Little croqueta. Can he finish this one?
Great save by Oliver Steinke to keep this a 4-0 game. That might be our last offensive chance of this game. Granted, a few minutes perhaps added on with some of the injuries we've seen in the second half. Lima and a Mountaineer will just lay down right in front of us here. And that's it. The Humber Hawks will advance into the postseason after a 4-0 win thanks to an explosive second half featuring 2 goals by Abdul Aziz Babawali. But Fed, it was the opener of the game that ultimately holds up as the game winner from Christian Kashishian, but a well-rounded effort from the Hawks, wouldn't you say?
Surely. And that great first goal started by Danny Medeiros, finished by Christian Kashishian. 2 players who were very active throughout the entire first half, and Danny finishing this one again. Great performance from the Hawks. Let's see, as we saw before, good combination play, finding Christian, and he's just able to bury that one to the bottom corner.
Yeah, give Medeiros credit on that first one.
Giving number 11 the eyes, and then all space to play there to create whatever he wants.
Another look there with the
little bit of ticky there from the boys. Beautiful finish. Keeping that one low. This was the second goal in the second half when TJ curved that one into the box, and Mohawk defender just fanning on a little bit and lands right at Abdul's feet. And if we know one thing is that he can bury a shot from there with the cheeky little hamstring celebration.
Let's go.
Later on, Noel McIntyre swats one in for Abdul again, catching Steinke off the line, allowing Abdul to chip one right over him, and just a beautiful finish. Now he hit the gritty, and at that point it was 3-0 for the boys. And talking about chips, we'll see another one later here. Yeah, nice seeing the boys coming together for the third one there. Beautiful scenes. Abdul hitting his 15th celebration of this goal.
This is quite a extended celebration sequence, but I'll tell you what, when you have a game like he's had today, go ahead, take your time, celebrate.
And the cherry on top, or should I say the guac or the dip for the chip, with a beautiful finish there from Franz Maya, topping this one off 4-0 for the Humber Hawks.
My man, the Humber Hawks advance, and the end of the road for the Mohawk Mountaineers, but a good effort from the team from Hamilton. And give credit to the keeper, Oliver Steinke. He saw a lot of action, but the Hawks too much to handle in this game. Stay tuned with us. We have another OCAA playoff soccer game right after this. The Humber women's team take on the Sheridan Bruins at 7 o'clock. We'll see you there.